Hello, my name's Bev and I'm the author of the book Please Eat, A Mother's Struggle to Free Her Teenage Son from Anorexia, which describes our family's battle with the deadly eating disorder, anorexia nervosa, which my teenage son Ben developed back in 2009 when he was just 15 years old. Hello, this post is from the 19th of January 2012 and it looks at the way the CAMHS sessions are actually improving, and this was just as Ben was about to be discharged, because when a young person reaches the age of 18 they no longer qualify for CAMHS. And on top of that, the psychiatrist was leaving on a sabbatical, so very, very soon we were going to be, kicked out is the wrong word, spat out is also the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Very soon we were going to be left alone in the wilderness, if you like, without any support from CAMHS. And I was really panicking because I realised how much stuff we still needed to cram in before Ben was discharged, and I was feeling real panic at this stage. So this post is called CAMHS Sessions Going from Strength to Strength. Just as we are about to lose our psychiatrist, who is on a sabbatical from March. So we have a heck of a lot of loose ends to tie up before then. This morning, in response to Ben's mark that although he was well aware that his mind was screwed up, quote, at the height of the anorexia, he wasn't entirely convinced his body was in danger. The psychiatrist immediately put him right. She said that, although it's far easier to pinpoint when girls may be starting to damage their bodies through lack of nutrition because their periods stop, it's not so easy with boys. However, she pointed out to Ben that with him there were other factors which were shouting loud and clear that all was not right with his body. He was terribly thin and underweight for a start. Twice he developed a dangerously low pulse rate of 29 beats a minute and was admitted to the local cardiac unit for observation. His blood pressure was also very low. She explained why, with anorexics, both of these can be indications that the heart muscle is suffering, and in some cases it can kill. This is why I took it so very seriously when you were admitted for the second time, she said, referring to the time in October 2010 when she came down on Ben like a ton of bricks and threatened him with possible hospital admission if his weight dropped any further. Basically, your body had begun to eat itself, she said. Other internal organs can suffer too. As a result of this kick up the you-know-what in October 2010, Ben turned a corner and started on the long road to recovery. She explained how there can be long-term effects of anorexia, like osteoporosis, and how there can be early indications that all is not right with someone's bones. She already had patients who suffer more broken bones than most. Girls can go on to have fertility problems and so on. In other words, the anorexia certainly was damaging Ben physically as well as mentally. He seemed happy with this explanation, so he wasn't overly bothered that he had put on another ½ kilo after reaching what he considered to be his optimum weight last time round. But thankfully, she never brought up the weight restored subject. At our private meeting last Friday, I'd asked her not to do this for obvious reasons. Anyway, at the next session, we're going to be looking at Ben's perception of the way he looked before and during the anorexia, and now using my photo timeline. It will be interesting to see what he has to say about that. Well, I know what he will say about that. He will say that back in 2008, he used to play rugby and umpteen other sports 7 days a week, and that's why he had an athletic body. Now, according to him, he just sits around all day doing nothing. So that's the end of that post. Thank you for listening. You'll find a link below to my blog, and you'll also find a link to my website where you can download free PDFs of my blog, and also a link to Amazon where you can buy a copy of my book.